My name is Ron Schumacher. I'm the Vice President for Development and Public Affairs here at Tiffin University. And let me be the first to welcome you all to the inaugural Donor Recognition Luncheon. This luncheon is here to get our donors and our students together, finally, so that you can see, donors, the impact that you have on the lives of our students who are here today. And students, it's your opportunity to talk to the donors. Let them know your plans. We had a couple series of meetings with our students, and you guys have done us proud. So enjoy today. Today is about coming together between the donors and the recipients. Today's agenda is going to be kind of brief, but we also want to make sure you guys have an opportunity to talk with each other, get to know each other, and really get to know the students whose lives you are impacting. Right now, I would like to invite Dr. Paul Marion, the president of Tiffin University, to the stage.
And I want to thank our development office for organizing this event for a number of years. I've been here 12 years and we have not done this, and I think it's a great idea. I want to especially thank those of you in the audience today who are donors or representatives of the donors of these endowed scholarships. We attract some very outstanding applicants to Tiffin University. Being a private or independent university, we are more expensive than many of the state universities, even though we make an effort to be one of the least expensive private institutions in Ohio. But we want to be able to provide the opportunity for these outstanding students to come to Tiffin University and to have the kind of excellent education that they can get here. But for some students, the difference is the endowed scholarships that the donors and representative donors here have so generously provided to Tiffin University. So this benefits Tiffin University in allowing us to attract and retain outstanding students, and it benefits students by being able to enjoy and benefit from the great education that Tiffin University provides. So I know that the donors have a good feeling about endowing these scholarships and know that they're doing good, but to actually put a name and a face with the students that you're assisting with this, I think is really a great idea. So I appreciate the work that our development office has done to put this together, and we thank all the students for getting dressed up and looking so nice, and having a chance to meet the donors, the representatives that have helped with your opportunity to attend Tiffin University. So welcome and thank you.
Again, I appreciate everybody here. Hopefully you enjoyed your lunch. Continue eating dessert. And right now, it's my pleasure to introduce a gentleman my wife and I have known for since we got our start in higher education in the early 90s. John has been a mentor, a coach. I had him as a teacher in class, probably like many of you in here, or even many of the donors that are sitting at the table who have been instructed by John. Truly an inspiring person, and a person that makes you want to achieve. So a very appropriate person to have communicate with all of you in this room, but especially to the students. I consider John a very dear and close friend, and hope that all of you are as inspired after his words as I have been over the last 20 years of knowing him. John, if you would, grace us with your presence.
I had to wait till he finished what I wrote.
I introduce to you Dr. John Millar.
Thank you.
I have to say it isn't often in my life I get to follow an all-girl band. That's kind of cool. Let me say, I want to speak about a couple of things, and I really don't need that. It gets in the way. This week, Dr. Marion and his wife and I attended a funeral mass for Wayne Zahn. Now, his name is on the back of your program, Wayne and Ginny Zahn. Their name is also on one of the buildings that is across the street that says Zahn Hall. When I was here in the early 80s, our development office consisted of nothing. Our development fund consisted of the Colvin Scholarships. That was it. And the Hankey Scholarship. That was it. And so the president at that time, George Kidd, went to visit with Wayne, and he was talking with Wayne about raising money, and Wayne looked at George and he says, well, one of the first things you have to do when you raise money, George, is ask people to give it, and you haven't asked me yet, and we've been here 40 minutes. So George said, well, I was considering this, and Wayne says, well, I can do that, but I don't think you're asking enough. So, when we come to visit you, if you don't think we're asking enough, please tell us. We'll be happy to up the ante. We want to thank all of the people here who have donated because they believe in education. Many of the people who have donated worked while they went to college, worked in the summer, understand what it is to be a student, to try to study, to try to work, to try to do all of these things. And when they have had the resources, have said, I'm willing to put this back into helping other people, which is always a good thing. Now, we have a scholarship my wife and I named after us, but it was donated by a very good friend of mine who would have come and done this, except he had to have hip surgery and cannot travel. His name is Tom Miller. I met Tom because he was my neighbor in the graduate dorm at Michigan State. That's how we met. We have been friends for 48 years. He came and he talked with our development director at the time and said, I would like to donate a scholarship in honor of John and Joyce, and I don't want them to know about it. And so we did not find out about it until it was announced at a president's dinner, and I will have to tell you that I was stunned, absolutely stunned. I have spent 32 years at this institution. 32 years. I mean, what's wrong with me? Won't I ever get to graduate, you know? 32 years. It's worse than that. I went off to college in 1960. I still haven't got out. All right? It's 2014. I'm still in college. I mean, I should get a real job. But let me tell you why. I love this. So do my colleagues. People say you don't look as old as you are. Well, how can you look old when you spend your whole life with people who are 18 to 24? I mean, 18 to 24, 18 to 24, 18 to 24. My world has been 18 to 24 for 40-some years, all right? I don't know how to talk to old people. I only discovered recently I was one, all right? And so this is part of doing this for a living. One of the young ladies is going to come up and speak, Kylie. I taught her dad. I've been here that long, and now the children are showing up, all right? But why? What is important about this? What is important about supporting students? Why would we do this? First of all, to the students. You could have gone a lot of places. Thank you for coming here. I truly mean that. Thank you. We're honored. To those of you that have allowed them to be able to afford their education, thank you. And I'm glad you're getting a chance to meet them, because they're really nice people on both sides. That's what this is about. My expectations is as follows. When I used to teach Management 201, here's what I said. This is Management 201. I'm going to talk about the world of business, and you need to pay attention. Because when I am old and retired, and I live far away, and you screw up my pension fund, I will have to come all the way back here in my walker to shoot you. I don't want to have to do it, so let's get it right the first time. All right? Now, that's fundamentally what life is about. We are all faced with an opportunity to try something. One of the great things about college is that you can actually mess up and you don't lose everything. And the opportunity to try things that you don't know. Those of you who are freshmen and sophomores, take courses in areas you don't know anything about just so you know something about it when you get done. That's what we mean by a liberal arts education. You should know more than just one thing. You really should. One of the courses I have used the most in my life was the course in epic poetry. Now, who would think that you would use a course in epic poetry for anything? We read Homer in the Aeneid, Paradise Lost, an ungodly book, by the way, at least to wade through. But here's what I got out of it. I had to think about stuff I didn't understand and write about it. And it had to make sense. I had to learn a new way of looking at the world that I didn't like and try to understand it. And out of that exercise, initially in futility, I might add, but getting better and better at it, I developed some skills that have paid off in dividends that I didn't plan on getting when I signed up for epic poetry. Why would I have signed up for epic poetry? You will all understand this. It didn't start until 9:30 in the morning. Had it been an 8 o'clock class, my life would be completely different and I would be epicless. This is the world that you and I will operate in. We have an opportunity here, all of us, to continue to contribute, to try things that we haven't tried, to do things that we've never done, to grow ourselves and to grow our world. I can relate to that because I'm standing in a place when I got here was dirt and grass and old houses, where I stand right now. My first office is now where the big sign is located out there. There used to be a building there, all right? There used to be a barber shop on this campus. The library used to be white brick. Worlds change, but you know what hasn't changed? 18 to 24. Now, you carry a lot more electronics than you did when I first started, all right? But you still wonder about what am I doing and what's my place in the world and where should I go and what should I do? In this room are a whole lot of people who graduated from here. If you've got a degree from here, stand up. Go ahead, stand up. Ask them. Ask them. They'll tell you. You'll figure out what to do. You'll find a place in the world. And someday, what I want from all of you, someday, a student is sitting here and the scholarship on the badge has got your name on it. Because that's what we want. Thank you.
Before I bring our Director of Financial Aid up, maybe I'll have you come up. This has been a true test for Andrea and I over the last 4 years in trying to get this to happen. And so I'm very proud to say here we are today with almost 100 folks in this room who we're celebrating with students and donors and future future scholarship recipients. And between Andrea and myself and our staffs, if you're a staff of the development office or the financial aid office, stand up, and I would like to give you a round of applause. Please, you guys. Thank you all for all the hard work that went into putting this event together and making sure that we had folks, the students in the chairs, making sure we had donors in the seats to make sure these two groups could get together to really realize the impact of those dollars that come in to the university. So right now, I'd like to introduce to you our Director of Financial Aid, Andrea Faber, who will introduce our student speakers. Andrea.
Thank you, Ron. We have two great students to speak with you this morning. I guess it's this afternoon now. It's Kylie Stocker and Alex Weaver, if you would come up. They're going to talk about their experience at Tiffin University and wanted to give you a little bit of insight about themselves and how these scholarships have impacted them as well. Alex?
Hi, everyone. My name is Alex, and I'm a senior. My majors are forensic science and forensic psychology, and I'd like to begin by thanking all of the endowment donors, especially for their generous donations to Tiffin University and also to the students. It means a lot, not only to the students, but to their families, to have somebody that believes in their students as much as they do. Most high school seniors, it's been 4 years since I've been there, believe it or not, but our primary concern was choosing a school and also funding our dreams. And the endowments that you guys have put together have really made that a possibility. It really alleviates a lot of the stress of choosing a school, a great school like Tiffin University. I'm from Tiffin, so I always knew that Tiffin University was an option for me. I actually grew up about a block away from campus, so I've been here a while. The endowments that I've received through the year were the Fleet Memorial Scholarship and the Kakarala Scholarship, and they've really allowed me to fund my dreams at Tiffin University, and it means a lot. Because of these scholarship donations that all of the donors have put together, it gives all of our students an opportunity to fund our dreams and get a decent, excellent education. You can't tell I took speech, can you? My career aspirations are to work in a forensic science lab in BCI. I've been applying to jobs, so it's going to be exciting to hear back from them. I also, while doing that, I want to help the victims of crimes and bring justice to those who cannot speak for themselves but rely on evidence to tell their story for them. And it's also really important that you guys continue to support Tiffin University to fund people's dreams and help them get the great education that Tiffin University brings. I just, again, want to thank all of the people who have given to the endowments this year, past years, and those who will continue to donate. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kylie Stocker. My major is Integrated Language Arts Education, and I'm going to specialize in teaching grades 7 through 12 someday. I kind of always knew I was going to go to Tiffin University, which sounds really cliche, but it's not, I promise. Both of my parents went here, as Dr. Miller said. My dad's Terry Stocker, and my mom's Kelly Stocker. She's actually a success coach here now, and she loves it. My grandpa also taught here for, I think, 20-ish years. He taught accounting. His name's Thomas Giebel. And I love TU. I really do. Thank you so much to all the donors who have generously helped TU students this past year. Not only have you helped the students, but you have helped families in a really special way. College can tend to be unaffordable for many students. However, with your generous donations, you have made it possible for students at TU to attend TU in an affordable way. For me, receiving a scholarship is a lot more than just receiving a chunk of money. It is a strong reminder of someone having confidence in me to help build my future. Receiving scholarships from donors has helped my family and I in a huge way, and I would like to personally thank all the donors who have given to TU this past year and in the past. Without your generous acts of kindness, some students may not have been able to attend college this semester, and with more donations, more students can be helped at TU. Because of scholarship donations, I'm able to receive the college education that I've always longed for, and I've been inspired by many, many, many teachers already. I took classes here throughout high school. I took about 14 classes, and now I'm here and I'm meeting more and more teachers, and the teachers are great. TU is an extraordinary school with many people, such as scholarships donors who have truly care and believe in many opportunities that Tiffin University has to offer. I'd like to again personally thank the Tiffin University scholarship donors who have given money to the 2013-2014 academic school year.
Thank you, Kylie and Alex, and your message is a strong one. We appreciate your guys and your willingness to get up in front of this group. Before I bring these two up to make an announcement, all the donors and the students after this next segment, you need to remain here because we're going to do some things with you to take some photos. Joe will release the rest of you. So just hang tight. We want to get photos of you guys as you are all dressed up today. Right now, I introduced you to Andrea Faber, our Director of Financial Aid, Joe Borich, our Director of the Annual Fund, and these guys will go through and introduce you to all the scholarships that we have and the students associated with them. Joe and Andrea.
All right. Wow. I got applause. Oh, all right, Andrea and I, like Ron said, are going to read all the endowed scholarships and the students and the recipients who are receiving those scholarships. The Ivan and Maxine Cole Scholarship.
Awarded to Kylie Stocker.
The Harold and Brema Colvin Scholarship.
Awarded to Austin Davis, Anthony Rodriguez, and Dylan Rohrbaugh.
The Dr. Kenneth Cummins Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Brooke Hill and Thomas Capel.
The A. Robert and Louanna Fleet Endowed Memorial, represented here today by Fran Fleet.
Awarded to Alyssa Gibson, Haley Hill, Andrew Homan, Amber Lewis, Tony Stearns, Kylie Stocker, Alex Weaver, Elena Widman, and Amanda Zack.
The Frank Heminger Endowed Scholarship in Corporate Leadership.
Awarded to Jonathan Lester.
The Roland Friedley Farmers State Bank Memorial.
Awarded to Jesse Babcock, Ryan Paul, and Courtney Williams.
The Michael Gaedo Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Alicia McCrae.
The Gar Foundation Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Kaylee Gordon, Robert Kosicki, Emily Leanback, Melanie Lumpkin, and Justin McConey.
The Mildred Hankey Scholarship.
Awarded to Nicole Ardner, Alyssa Gibson, Haley Hill, Andrew Homan, Harold Smith, and Elena Widman.
The Valerie Ann Hartman Perkins Memorial Fund.
Awarded to Cole Jenkins.
The David and Patty Hayes MBA Gateway Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Anthony Dean.
Home Savings Charitable Foundation Annual Scholarship, represented today by Kim Illig.
Awarded to Amanda Bake, Brittany Lust, and Jessica Wolf.
The Dr. and Mrs. Prasad Kakarala Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Alex Weaver.
The Marathon Minority Annual Scholarship, represented today by Donnie Johnson.
Awarded to Uniqua Jenkins and Andrea Lincoln.
The John and Joyce Millar Scholarship, represented today by Dr. Miller and his wife Joyce.
Awarded to Tiffany Bragg.
The Orville and Irma Yoder Payne Memorial Scholarship, represented today by Susie Payne.
Awarded to Derek Beckman.
The Ernst Seelig Law Enforcement Endowed Scholarship.
Awarded to Emery Milford.
The Daisy and Frederick Stone Scholarship.
Awarded to Chelsea House and Julie Banks.
The Study Abroad Annual Scholarship, represented today by Dr. Bruce Bolus and Dr. Teresa Schaefer.
Awarded to Michael Gibbons, John Hrisco, Craig Martin, Elizabeth Seyfill, and Caitlin Smith.
The Tiffin Women's Club Endowed Scholarship, represented today by Elaine Barth.
Awarded to Kayla McClintock.
The TU General Annual Scholarship.
Awarded to Carl Bishop, Wesley Flock, Samuel Latmere, and Pasia Williams.
TU General Endowment.
Awarded to Andrea Lincoln, Faith Molnar, and Adam Morrison.
The TU Grant Fleet Ketter Little Scholarship, represented today by Fran Fleet, Cindy Little, and Laura Ketter.
Awarded to Wendy Cramings.
The Edward Whirling Jr. Endowed Scholarship in Human Resources.
Awarded to William McCaig.
The Wayne and Virginia Kurtz Zahn Scholarship.
Awarded to Ryan Cox, Valentina Diaz, Kyle Durham, Grant Eckleberry, Tyler Nip, Garrett Katasolopoulos, Adam Morrison, and Dylan Powers.
The 50th Year Class Scholarship.
Awarded to Jalen Santoro. The following scholarships have not reached their minimum endowment or are new to the university: the David and Maureen Boyd Student Investment Fund, the Depker Scholarship, the Kyle Ryman Memorial Scholarship, the Paul and Muriel Sayers Memorial Scholarship, and the James Todd Memorial Scholarship, represented today by Mimi Todd.
Let's give everybody a round of applause.
On behalf of Dr. Marion and Tiffin University, we appreciate your attendance here today. That concludes this portion of the program. This program is over. Remember, donors and students, we need you to stick around. Just hang out at your table, continue enjoying each other's company. And what we're going to do is take some individual photos in here, and then we'll break for a group photo in the gymnasium. So again, thank you all for coming.